This is the Chaim 49th Gate, chapter 1. So the main idea is he speaks about neshama, ruach, and nefesh, and connected it to the anatomy of the body. It actually goes very detailed of the anatomy of the body and compares and contrasts it to the different the nefesh, ruach, and neshama. So he compares the neshama that it's in the brain, the ruach is in the heart, and the nefesh is in the liver. And he says the main part of the neshama is in the brain, and it's also the entire body, but it's mostly focused and oriented in the brain. Then the ruach is in the heart, but again it's also the entire body, but the main point of contact is the heart, and the nefesh is in the liver, but it's also the entire body. So what's very interesting in this, like I mentioned earlier, like he mentions the mechachmei nitoach, which are the anatomists. So he goes very into detail of the arteries, where the vessels are, where the nerves are. So he goes very into detail, and this is interesting. Like there's certain doctors who, and also some rabbis and tzaddikim, who they became experts in anatomy because this is a story from the Belz Rebbe, and I can share a personal story on this. So the Belz Rebbe, he was known to have this spiritual power where if somebody was sick, he will go to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe will take with his hands. For example, if the kid had a stomach issue, he will place his hands above the kid's stomach, and with his moach, with his brain, with the neshama, in a way, he was able to, because he understood anatomy really well, so he knew where every single vessel, every single nerve, every single artery, where every single part of the body was. So he was able to, in a way, transmit his mochin. Mochin is like, you can call it brains, but like higher intellects, from his neshama, from his brain, into the kid's brain, and somehow the kid started feeling better. So you can call this energy work, but this is something that we have with the tzaddikim. This is something that they used to do, and I'm pretty sure in Chabad they also have like this practice of understanding. Some of the Chabad rabbis will learn anatomy to be able to, in a way, direct their mochin. This is not energy work, this is something else. This is called mochin. The translation can be as consciousness, but like mochin is mochin, it's very different. So they were able to transmit, and they were able to, in a way, map out where the entire system of the body anatomy is, to be able to transmit it to the area that needs healing, that needs some work over there. And I can share a personal story dealing with chronic pain. One time I went to a doctor here in Israel, and he taught me this meditation where you bring your mochin and then you kebab it to the area that I was feeling pain. So in a way, he showed me a map of the anatomy of the body, and how with the breath, with the name of Hashem, with mochin, you're able to, how it directs it directly to the area I was having pain. And he taught me like a few exercises, and in literally a week or two, the pain, thank God, was gone. I still get some flare-ups, but like the pain was reduced a lot. So like I'm trying to connect it to what we learned here in the Sperik, how detailed Rav Chaim Vital is with the anatomy of the body. It's because there's a rule, there's a principle in Torah, in Kabbalah, like how as below is the same as above. So same thing goes the other way. So like, if there's the system of anatomy of the body works in a certain way, there's also in the upper worlds as well. So he goes very into detail, because if you're able to trace the anatomy and how everything is connected in the body, then if you're able to heal the parts in the upper levels, in a way, it should be able to reflect it in the lower levels. And with this example from the Belzer's Rebbe, I can tell from personal experience this works, and I'm sure there's other stories as well. So this is it's like a very interesting, fascinating idea that that they're very into details of the anatomy and how also works in the upper worlds.